This is the week 6 recap of the journey to $100 million. And we've traded water a fair bit this week, which is going to continue again tomorrow. A bit more trading water. But we've made a bit of progress with the school, which I'm very happy about. And look, our net worth, we're still well in the positive direction. So we're at $4,215 as of right this second. I've changed investment strategies. So I've come out of all the yield max funds and I've decided I'm just going to invest a bit more safely in the S&P to preserve the net asset value. The reason I've decided on that is that I'm not going to be relying on that as a source of income. I'm going to be funneling all of my excess income into Facebook ads for the school, which again is free, link in the description if you haven't already signed up. And as a result, while it would be nice to have those high dividend stocks, and yes, it'd be really great if I could say, oh, it's free money, I'll just, use that money. The problem is that the returns I was seeing didn't justify the risks that I was taking on in terms of the net asset value. And it was just, it did outperform the market, but I just am not comfortable with the risks, especially given that we're trudging so close to a $0 net worth that realistically, if it halved in value, I'd be like negative $6,000 in net worth, which I'm just super not comfortable with. So we've destroyed that position. We're going to still invest in the S&P ASX 200. But yeah, there's not going to be any more massive dividend yields, unfortunately. But as I say, I do want to invest all of the excess into Facebook ads so that we can start grinding on the business side of things. And I made a decision today, now that I've recorded a lot more of the videos and I'm starting to fill out the actual school in terms of it's ready to use and it's a product that you can just go to and you'd be like, this is a course that's ready. This is a community that's got engagement, all of that stuff. I decided that I was going to reward the action takers and keep the super duper extra low price courses in there. And then I'll increase the price over time / over purchases. And not to be a massive revenue center, but more to just be like hey, get inside the school, go do your thing while it's still like less than $10. It's literally lunch, cheaper than KFC, whatever, all that salesy talk. And then, after X number of people have done it, it's like, all right, I've given the action takers more than enough time. And now everyone else who's like delaying the inevitable, you're going to like be punished a little bit for it. And hopefully that'll also inspire some extra people to take action before that deadline. So that's the plan currently. And look, we'll see how it goes. I think that'll also mean that I can more effectively monetize the school. And instead of just doing it sort of to funnel into the Seamless Outcomes business, I don't see any reason that I shouldn't be looking to turn a small profit on it, because then I can just hire someone else to manage the school with whatever meager profits it presents, and I can focus 110% on the Seamless Outcomes, which is the business that's going to really carry us over that $100 million line. So the other thing that I wanted to show you today is this graph of our net worth is looking a little bit worse than last time, but in some ways it's also looking a little bit better. So what I did is I extended it out from 0 days. Instead of just being to the present, I extended it out to 365 days. And as you can see there, our line of best fit, hypothetically, we should have crossed $5,000 by now. And as of next week, we'll be sitting at $7,000. So I'm just going to extrapolate. That was the start of last week. This is the start of this week. So one more week will be there. And we are going to be above the line of best fit, which is quite nice. So we're going to outperform this line over the course of the next week. But it is on descending gradient relative to where we were last week. So last week, it was really strong progress. I think it was $202 per day that we were averaging coming up. Now it's down to 182, which is still good and way more than it should be based on my income statistics. But I know that it needs to start going faster and really start grinding out. One other thing that will happen in the near future is, I think 2 months from now, the Australian government is forgiving 20% of student loan debt. So I will get a instant $12,000 boost to the net worth, which is really nice. But what I would like to do is already be at $12,000 by the time that rolls around. And then all that I need to do is get that bonus, and then bang, it's a double in net worth. And it's just being in the right place at the right time to an extent. So I'm looking forward to that. That means that I've got, give or take, a month and a half that I just need to grind, get up to $12,000 in net worth, and then boom, we'll double overnight at the end of October, and everyone's going to be a happy chappy, and then we're at $25,000, which is actually quite exciting, because that is a 5% down payment on a $500,000 house, which is the cheapest kind of house that you can afford in sort of where I am, like Gold Coast. So exciting times ahead, not to mention the missus' life savings. So after all of this is said and done, by the end of October, we might even have a house deposit. And a very good school, link in the description. It's 100% free, so there's no risk to joining. But there is risk to delaying, because I will raise the prices eventually. But I'll let you know first. So, have fun, have a great week. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment. I'll do an FAQ if you leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.